Let's pay homage to the lineage gurus, homage to the Venerable Master-Lu-Ling, homage to Master Sakya Tengkron, homage to His Holiness the 16th Karmapa, and homage to Master Dukten Dorji, homage to the three jewels of the altar, homage to the main deity of the group practice this evening, Mahajundi Buddha Mother, Sumo, Danchen Kato, Rutun Siddhi, Dukten Karma, all Dharma masters, Dharma lecturers, Dharma teachers, Dharma instructors, Dharma tutors, temple and center directors, and all disciples present here and over the internet. Good evening, everyone. How do you do? Now let me explain why I have to wear this hat. This a worldly dakini gave me this hat through somebody else. And she said, "Will Grandmaster wear my hat?" She asked, "Will Grandmaster wear my hat?" And since you asked, so I'm just going to wear it for you to see. I'll wear it today and tomorrow, but not necessarily the day after. So I have to wear it. And she marked it with this white lotus, otherwise she will not be able to tell. So that's the causes and conditions. That's why I'm wearing this hat. It's strange today. What day is today? It's December 16th. And lunar calendar. What day, what month? The 11th month, the 4th day, according to lunar calendar. It's so strange. There are so many dakinis in the sky. So many. The most this time. Very strange today. The atmosphere was different. Many people appeared out of nowhere. There were several of you that appeared all of a sudden. What can I say? Recently, the flu has been quite severe. The virus is also very bad. I hope that in Malaysia, Indonesia, Singapore, these few countries, COVID-19 is spreading again in those countries. And they're all new viruses, including for the flu. It's really bad, so please take care. In several countries, I think it's also mainland China, many people ask people to wear masks in places where there are many people. You should wear masks. And because there's so many viruses, so the dakinis are also many. Everything is many. And there are also many people who've won lotteries. In Singapore, what's it called? Like lots and lots. So everything is lots and lots. I hope that Mahachundi Buddha Mother is a Buddha Mother with great power. In the past, when I started to take refuge in Tantric Buddhism, there was a master profound whom I took refuge in. I took refuge in many gurus. And his leader was Jundi Buddha Mother. And the temple he built was called the Chief or General Temple in Taiwan, Sizidao, the area in Taiwan. Master-Lu-Ling had been there before. He visited that temple. Anybody else have been there? At the Zhongci Temple at Sizidao. Yes. There. His leader or personal meditation deity is Jundi Buddha Mother. And he chanted in Taiwanese, with my heads bowed, I took refuge in Susiti and pay homage to the Mahajundi. With my head bowed, I took refuge in the Susiti and homage to the Mahajundi. So I will not forget my roots. So as one of the 8 primary duties, I included Jundi Buddha Mother. When I started learning Tantayana, I have a book which content is all about Jundi Buddha Mother. All the practices, the methods of Jundi Buddha Mother. but I didn't explicitly say that they belong to Jundi Buddha Mother. I hope that Jundi Buddha Mother, it's as if the pandemic is restarting again. I heard in Singapore, it's starting, right? There have been over 50,000 people infected. And in Malaysia, Indonesia, and in China, I heard that the hospitals are full and mostly children, right? So please be careful, pay attention to these formless things. You can't see them. So someone said, I cannot see Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, the kings, so I don't believe it because I cannot see them. But how about the COVID-19 viruses? You can see them, right? You can see any of the viruses, right? But you still believe that they exist. Tiny virus that you cannot see. Even the PM 2.5 you cannot see. But if you breathe in too much PM 2.5, then your lungs will have lung cancer. Lung cancer. So when viruses are spreading, everyone should be careful. And Dr. Liao from Taiwan, he's a Chinese doctor, TCM doctor, and he's helped Simu a lot and helped me a lot too. I'm very grateful to him. I hope that Mahajundi Buddha Mother will chase away all these germs. Now let me share a few jokes. Last night it was cold. For us here, every night it's cold. And I saw a beggar by the roadside praying. And I feel pity for him and put $100 in his bowl. And when I was about to leave, he stopped me and said, let me give you a change of $20. And I was surprised. And the beggar said, this is my annual anniversary of me becoming a beggar, so I give you a 20% discount. So even the beggar gives discounts. One time I went to Hong Kong and ate at a big restaurant and went to the bathroom. When I came out, it turned out that they need tips at the bathroom. But in Taiwan, they don't have those in the bathrooms. But in Hong Kong, right, there are people taking care of the bathrooms and they need tips. But oh no, I don't have any changes on me. And the smallest bill I had was $100 Hong Kong bill, Hong Kong dollars, with the red dragon. That's what they call it. So I have no money. So they just glared at me. So I give him or her the $100, and then I left. But they didn't give me a change. They didn't give me a change. So I told the disciples that I went to the bathroom and I tipped them $100, and they said, "What? Let me change that." Exchanged it a long time ago, and it turned out that janitor is gone and took the $100 bill. So just to you and me, I had to pay $100. A woman asked the shopkeeper of a grocery, "You have everything at your grocery store?" And he replied, "It should be. What would you like?" And she was kind of joking, "I want a boyfriend." And the boss said, was preparing everything. "What are you looking at? You're looking everywhere. Is there really a boyfriend?" "Oh, I'm tidying things up. Otherwise, how can I live with you?" Xiaomi borrowed some money from a friend who's practicing Kung Fu. "Oh, my hands are tied. Can you loan me $500? And the friend replied, "Well, you have to wait until I become the head of the martial art world. I'm waiting for you to become the top and become the leader of the world." That would be like 40 to 50 years. And he replied, "Yeah, we just have to wait patiently." Now we'll get to the main subject. This is someone who cannot have names spoken. It's not a good idea to say my name, otherwise I would be reprimanded by my father. The question: Homage to Grandmaster. My father often talks about having bodhicitta, the mind that aspires for enlightenment for the sake of all beings. But sometimes he neglects others' feelings in his actions and words. As his son, I hope he can be more empathetic. But since he's my father, I hesitate to point this out directly. How should I address this, Grandmaster? I wish my father would show more bodhicitta towards strangers or family members. Speak less harshly and be more tolerant and not creating speech karma. Here, for Mr. Grandmaster again, I apologize if I don't do it right. So their father taught them to generate bodhicitta. At the same time, the father often scolds them. I think the Vimalakirti Sutra mentioned about this. Vimalakirti Sutra is in great details. This old gentleman, the key figure in the Vimalakirti Sutra, which is the great elder Vimalakirti, is very wordy and lengthy. So I feel that's something that can be spoken in one statement. He could say it with the whole article. It's too details. Bodhicitta and be empathetic. What should I say? Let's just take myself as an example. I highly respectful to my children. Whatever they want to do, I respect. I also highly respect my grandchildren, and they can be whatever they want. I belong to the type who promote freedom and as you wish. I never force anybody or anything. Toward my son, daughter, my grandson, granddaughters, I treat them the same. When they do things, sometimes Sumo disapproves, and then I would tell Sumo, let them train. It's a kind of training for them, because as humans we have to go through it like this. It's okay. That's how I am. I respect everyone. Someone said, I don't like the Sangha. They don't like the True Buddha School Sangha. I said, it's fine. And then they said, I don't like True Buddha School. It's fine. Because we open a noodle shop, and other places also have a noodle shop, and you can go anywhere and compare. If you want to come back, welcome. If not, go ahead. I will not force you. And someone told me, I have lost faith in True Buddha School. It's fine. And they said, I want to believe in Christianity. It's fine, sure, you can, because Jesus is also my guru. It's fine. No problem at all. That's how I am. So I never force anybody for anything. So I hope that your father will not force anybody to do anything, because forcing is a kind of a crime. The so-called loving kindness, compassion, joy, equanimity. Loving kindness is giving others happiness, so you go wherever makes you happy. You resolve other people's sufferings. If someone suffers, you need to be empathetic and try to resolve. And joy is you do it with joy, you do everything with joy. And equanimity means equally, impartially. Doesn't matter who you are, there's equality. You cannot have discrimination or biases, like Vimalakirti said. You cannot have likes and dislikes. Then there would be a difference between those you likes and those you don't, or those you dislikes. Once there is a differentiation, then you're away from Buddha nature. So you need to understand this concept. Teaching others to have bodhicitta, but you yourself should do the same. Then that would be right. That's why I respect my own children, even not just my children, but my grandchildren too. So I never have any conflicts with my children or grandchildren. Whatever they like, I'll just let them be. That's my answer. This joke is very long. Manager from Taipei went on a trip to Mount Ali, and then all the accommodations are full. And then he found someone. We don't have any empty room, but you can sleep on the same bed with my daughter, but you cannot bother her. So this person, of course, accepted it. And then at night, he went to the daughter's room. It's very dark, and the daughter was on the bed. And so he lay down and slept really. And the next morning, asked the boss, how much? And said, oh, that's affinity, just $100. So he's very grateful and said, your daughter seemed to be very cold last night. And the boss said, yeah, we know. Because we will have the funeral today. The wife asked the husband, I often lost temper at you, so is that the illness of a princess? And the husband said, only when a princess loses her temper, it's called the princess illness. but you're out of control and losing your temper. That's a different kind of illness. So he looked down on his wife. Xiao Ming asked Xiao Mei, in this life, I may not have a girlfriend. And Xiao Mei said, no, you're excellent. I'm sure there are many girls would want to be your girlfriend. And then Xiao Ming asked, how about you? Would you like to be my girlfriend? Hey, I'm giving you advice, so don't take revenge on me for my kindness. Okay, now we'll talk about Vimalakirti Sutra. This Chinese character, Fu, means bound, bind, bondage. My classmate was called Fu. If it's with the person, radical, or so. This character, I read it as Fu. It should be Fu. So what is meant by binds or bondage, and what is meant by liberation? This was spoken by Vimalakirti, right? So what is being bound and what is being liberated? And Vimalakirti said, clinging to the taste of meditation is the bondage of a bodhisattva. When we meditate, sometimes we felt that, oh, this is marvelous. Like just now, seated here, did I fall asleep? Some people said yes, some people said no. Did I fall asleep? Did my head come down low? Some said no, some said yes. So did I or did I not? I felt that after doing a practice, I felt much better. I felt much more spirited. Some people said, this is kind of after I become more crazy, I feel much better. As soon as you are desirous or you desire a feeling of peace and ease in meditation, and you're clinging to that realm or state, then you would be bound by it. Spoken by Vimalakirti. So the concept spoken by Vimalakirti is close to natural. It's fine whether you have it or not, as long as you meditate. But once you're looking for or you grasp or cling to the feeling or the state of meditation, then you will be held in bondage by it. This is a very deep concept. Once I gained a very excellent realm, and I wish that every time I would experience it. And this meditation was really too marvelous, was amazing, it's incredible. And I hope it happens. Then this is called clinging, desire. It should be, it's okay whether you have it or not, whether you experience it or not. Vimalakirti said, clinging to the taste of meditation is the bondage of a bodhisattva. Generating wisdom through skillful means is the liberation of a bodhisattva. So you need to understand skillful means or methods. What are skillful means? This is very difficult to explain, really. This Chinese word is 方便. Is it convenient now for me to see you? No, it's not, because I'm still conveniencing myself, which is relieving myself. So when would it be convenient for you? When it's convenient for me, then you can come. But aren't you conveniencing yourself now? But no, I'm conveniencing myself, which is actually relieving myself in the bathroom. So this term, this phrase in Chinese, 方便, is very difficult to understand. But I regard it as natural. Just be natural and deliver sentient beings using natural ways. Then that would be the liberation of a bodhisattva. That you don't grasp meditation, but you use the convenient methods to deliver sentient beings. That's the liberation of a bodhisattva. Furthermore, wisdom without skillful means is bondage. It means you don't deliver sentient beings, although you have wisdom. So what is wisdom? The wisdom of the Buddha is that everything is impermanent, everything has no self, and extinction or nirvana is bliss. Suffering, impermanence, no self, and impurity. These are all wisdoms. If you have such a wisdom, suffering, emptiness, impermanence, no self, and impurity, this is the wisdom of the Buddha. If you only have wisdom, but you have no skillful means, which means you have wisdom but you don't deliver sentient beings, then this is a bodhisattva held in bondage. In the past, someone told me, I have understood empty nature. So from now on, I will not practice anymore. They have understood empty nature and they did not want to practice anymore. Since you have understood and you don't practice anymore, you practice to teach others to practice. If you don't, then you're being held or you're bound by this empty nature. And they said, since Buddha verses and Pure Lands are empty, why do I want to go there? So there are several questions. In your Dhamma practice, there's a Guru Yoga and Deity Yoga. But the Guru is false, the Yidam is also false, or fake, or unreal. And they ask, is there a Guru? Is there a deity? He's as empty as that. And I explain, in order to deliver sentient beings conveniently, you need to have a Guru and a Yidam. So you can practice Tantric Dharma and deliver sentient beings. So they have wisdom, but they don't have skillful means. They don't have the skillful means to deliver sentient beings. This was spoken by Vimalakirti. So he's been bound. He's held in bondage by emptiness. Well, wisdom with skillful means is liberation. When you have wisdom and you have the skillful means to deliver sentient beings, that is called liberation. So pay attention. Only having wisdom, but you don't deliver sentient beings, like Sariputra, when he was deep in the forest meditating, Vimalakirti went and told him, it's wrong for you to meditate in this way. You just benefit yourself, but you don't benefit sentient beings. You want to benefit sentient beings. Otherwise, you're meditating here every day, you're binding yourself. That's spoken by Vimalakirti. But without wisdom, you only have skillful means or methods, and you do lots of philanthropic work without wisdom, that's also bondage. But with wisdom and with skillful means, then that is called liberation. So the two should be balanced. You want to deliver sentient beings, and you go with the flow with sentient beings, and you have the wisdom of the Buddha, then that's called liberation. If you only have the wisdom of the Buddha, then you're bound by it. And if you only have methods or skillful means, all the same, you're bound by it, or by them. That's what it means. There was a disciple who came and told me, I already have the wisdom of the Buddha. I don't need to practice anymore. You don't need to practice, but do you still eat? I believe he eats. So you eat. So you have to go with the flow. Follow your affinity to deliver sentient beings. Don't think that sentient beings are all empty. The non-phenomena of self are just sentient beings and us. Since there are no sentient beings, why would I want to deliver sentient beings? Since there are no sentient beings, why would I want to deliver sentient beings? That's how he became. Although he had wisdom, but he did not understand to employ the skillful means, because he did not know that he should not only liberate himself, but he should also liberate others, many people. That's a kind of skillful means. So when he did not understand skillful means, only having wisdom is no good. And Vimalakirti spoke so much, I really couldn't take it, couldn't continue. I forced myself. I'm very reluctant, but and he continued. What is meant by wisdom without skillful means is bondage. What is he talking about? What is without skillful means and being bound by wisdom? It refers to a bodhisattva being bound by the mind of love and view. This is bias. Adorning the Buddha verse, perfecting sentient beings while self-claiming in the realm of emptiness, formlessness, and non-action is called the bondage of wisdom without skillful means. There are three liberations. Liberations through emptiness, liberation through non-phenomena, liberation through non-action. So liberation through the ultimate truth of emptiness. That everything in the world, including the Saha world, is empty, emptiness. Including all the Buddha verses and Pure Lands are emptiness. Non-phenomena of formlessness. Everything with forms or everything with phenomena are not the real phenomena, not the true reality. They are all false phenomena. Like a house. At first it's a new house, became an old house, and then became demolished and reconstructed. And so the form of the phenomena disappeared. And it's easiest to describe it as the car. When you just buy it, it's a new car. After a few years, it became an old car, and at the end, you can't drive it anymore. You need to change the car. So everything with phenomena is emptiness. Non-phenomena is the real phenomena. Non-action is you do things without reasons. These are the three kinds of liberations. I do it for no reasons at all. So unconditional action. It's called the bondage of wisdom without skillful means. You don't deliver sentient beings. Although you're liberated yourself and you understand the concepts of liberation, you can tame yourself, but still you're held in bondage. So it's very difficult to explain. The line of love and view, what is that? It's partiality or bias. Whichever side is not good. If you have skillful means, that wouldn't work. Wisdom doesn't work. You have to have both, combination of both wisdom and skillful means. Only then you're called Bodhisattva. He'll say a lot of things, very worthy and lengthy. because when I go through this, I have big headache. Reading this sutra text, I feel like, why are you talking in this way? Because you make us go down the rabbit hole, and you treat us as a toothpick or a needle, very fine. Why are you being so superfluous? You know, we live our life so comfortably, and now we have to be contemplating all these things. What are you doing? Are you going down the rabbit hole? Okay, now what is meant by liberation through wisdom with skillful means? When you feel an urge, then you convenience yourself. Then you're relieved, or you're liberated. Whether the small one or the big one, then you're liberated. Once you relieve it, you're liberated. And if you don't relieve it, then you're bound. You have constipation then. That's all I can say. Otherwise, how can I explain? What is meant by the liberation that has wisdom and skillful means? Actually, it's very simple. Our lives, if you sweat, then you take the towel to wipe it off. Then you're liberated. The simplest way is you feel an urge to urinate, then you go to the bathroom. And if you have constipation, then you need to relieve yourself using all kinds of methods. And you can buy that thing that you push into the anus, or you can take some medicine, then that's called liberation. That's skillful means or methods to be liberated, and you need to have the wisdom, which means you need to understand. Because when you're constipated, and of course it wouldn't work, and yet he's just going over and over these things. So liberation with wisdom and skillful means. It refers, if you have love, then you have hatred. If you have a view, then you would have a bias. You cannot have any biases, and you cannot have likes and dislikes, or love and hatred. Like myself, toward my son and daughter, I just let them like whatever they want. And toward my grandchildren too, just let them be however they like. I never control them. I have no blockages. Just let them be. Just be natural. Why do you say so much? If you love this daughter, then you will not like your son. If you like your son, then you will not like your daughter. If you like a person, then you will dislike the others. This is called bias or prejudice. So love or hatred, likes or dislikes, or prejudice. So do not have any biases or prejudices to adorn the Buddha verse, then you just do it. If you want to deliver sentient beings, then you just do it without any biases. You cannot have a mind of love and any views. Then once you do that, you have biases. In the realm of emptiness, non-phenomena and non-action, one tames oneself without weariness. You're not sick of the Sahaja. Although you adorn the Buddha verse, you're not weary of the Sahaja. You don't hate the Sahaja, that you want to abandon the Sahaja to go to the Buddha verse. Then this is called liberation with wisdom and skillful means. So this is the liberation with wisdom and skillful means. So Vimalakirti just went into being very meticulous. If you are biased to delivering sentient beings, biased to adorn the Buddha verse, if you have the mind and biases and views, then you would of course like to adorn the Buddha verse and you dislike the Sahaja, but you should not have any bias toward the Sahaja. You cannot dislike the Sahaja. You cannot have any biases, so you should say this to the Bodhisattva with illness, because an ill Bodhisattva will not like his illness. Why? Why doesn't he like the illness? Because every sentient being has an illness. You have illnesses, I have illnesses, all sentient beings have illnesses. You cannot dislike your illnesses. So Vimalakirti said so. I don't lie to you. You cannot dislike illnesses. That would be a bias. You cannot dislike the Saha world, this chaotic world. You have to like it too. The dirtier, the more disorderly, the more fun it is. When we go back to Taiwan, we say this. It's so dirty and chaotic, but it's a lot of fun. And the next thing is good scenery and good water and air, but so boring in Seattle. But all this are all biases. It's fine anywhere. That's what Vimalakirti said. I'm just giving examples. Everything is fine. It's fine even if you're ill. It's so comfortable being ill. Even suffering is a comfort. Suffering is joy. That's another point. Again, what is meant by the bondage of skillful means without wisdom? So what is it when you have no wisdom and you only know to deliver sentient beings? That's when a bodhisattva is dwelling in various afflictions such as greed, desire, anger, delusion, and all sorts of wrong views while cultivating various virtuous fruits. So, a bodhisattva delivering sentient beings with skillful means but you're dwelling amidst greed, anger, desire, delusion. Delusion means wrong views and all sorts of afflictions. While cultivating various roots, then you're held in bondage by the skillful means without wisdom. You want to deliver sentient beings, but you're still bound amidst sentient beings. That's how I should explain it, right? You have no wisdom, and it's also doesn't work if you just want to deliver sentient beings without wisdom. And again, what is meant by the liberation through skillful means with wisdom? It refers to being free from all afflictions such as greed, anger, desire, delusions, and all afflictions, while you're also helping sentient beings and dedicating toward Anuttara Samyak Sambodhi. You dedicate the merit toward bodhicitta. This is bodhicitta. Anuttara Samyak Sambodhi is bodhicitta. This is called the liberation of skillful means and wisdom. So you have wisdom and you have ability, skillful means to deliver sentient beings. Then this is liberation, according to Vimalakirti. Now he's explaining what is liberation. He told Manjushri Bodhisattva, a bodhisattva who is ill should contemplate all phenomena in this way. That everything is impermanent. Moreover, they should observe that the body is impermanent, suffering, empty, and devoid of self. Impermanent, suffering, empty, and devoid of self. And this is known as wisdom, as I just said. What is wisdom? Impermanence, suffering, emptiness, and devoid of self, and impurity. Even though the body is afflicted and continually in the cycle of birth and death, although the body is ill and amidst birth and death, but you tirelessly deliver sentient beings. I'm not tired even reading you 1,000 times. You help sentient beings and you never feel tired of it. And you're not weary of the Sahawa, and this is called skillful means. So now you know what is wisdom or the skillful means. So after this lengthy explanation, that's all he talked about. Even I, the expounder, feels tired. And Vimalakirti is not tired, and he spoke even more. See, again, observe that the body and the illness are not separate. The illness is the body, neither new nor old. This is wisdom. If the body is ill, but not externally extinct, this is willfulness. What is he talking about? It's what I just said. You need to often be mindful that your body is basically ill. Everybody has illness. The illness is never apart from the body, because there would not be any illness without the body. Because you have the body, you have the illness. At least you have toothache or pain in the eyes, or sometimes you have fevers. Those are all illnesses. Sometimes you lose your hair, or you have fungus in your nails, or bad mouth odor because you didn't brush your teeth, or you didn't brush it carefully. You know how Grandmaster brushes his teeth? When I brush my teeth, you would not be able to do it the same way. I take about 30 minutes to brush my teeth, to clean my teeth. I use the water pick, and then I use the dentic, and then I use floss and to reach into the deep places. And then I use the electric toothbrush, and then to massage the gums, so there should not be any gap. You need to exercise the gap between the teeth so that they fill up, so that nothing can stick in between. And the whole set takes half an hour. And I do it every time after I eat. The interdental brush. That's how I am. So that I have no bad odor at all, no bad mouth odor when I speak to people. So please pay attention to your own teeth. When you come for consultation, it's a stinky smell in the whole room. And do you know how long I have to hold my breath? I would hold my breath. Oh, that's quite a hardship, because smell in the teeth, it means horrible thing. So you need to follow my method. You need the interdental brush, the dent pick, and floss, at least the floss, and brush it clearly. I use the water pick, interdental brush, the floss, and then to exercise the gums and massaging the gums. And lastly, to brush the teeth. It's not just putting the toothpaste on the toothbrush and just brush it like that. No. It's definitely much more than that. So that's the liberation with wisdom and skillful means, right? About illness, that the body is impure, it definitely has illnesses. So the illness is not apart from the body. And they are neither new nor old. They had been there all along. And this kind of concept is called wisdom. If the body is ill, but you don't despise the illnesses, and you try to avoid or to prevent the illnesses will not disappear completely from your body, because you would have some kinds of ailments, a little bit even. Although you have illnesses, but you don't abandon your spiritual commitment, and you still tirelessly deliver sentient beings, then this is called skillful means. Spoken by Vimalakirti. Oh, it's really worthy. Oh, I've spoken for that long. It's really inconvenient. It's very verbose. Oh, did the ambassador want to speak more? Yeah. Thank you, Grandmaster. Grandmaster has been talking about the Vajra Sutra. This is talking about Grandmaster. What is bondage? What is liberation? And what is the skillful means of bondage, skillful means of liberation? What is the wisdom of skillful means? The wisdom of liberation of wisdom. An ill bodhisattva. And we know it's not the pain of the head or the knee or the feet, but the pain of the brain or the mind. And you want to deliver sentient beings. And you have the wisdom of non-phenomena, non-dwelling. But it is bound by biases. And a bodhisattva provide deliverance and then turns around and leave. Not like a doctor who would help this dog that I love more and that dog that I don't love, I wouldn't help. Because if you have discrimination, prejudice, and likes and dislikes, then that's not what a bodhisattva would do it. Turn around after helping. And this kind of skillful means is the skillful means without wisdom. Then you will be bound. But on the contrary, if you just leave after helping and you have no partiality or biases, like Avalokiteshvara Bodhisattva will not bring the person that he's helped. But Grandmaster is like that. Grandmaster's been talking about it a lot, and actually Grandmaster is like that. So what is talking about deliverance the right way, or if it's the wrong way, then you would be bound. Then you have wisdom and skillful means. but the wisdom is mixed with great anger and delusion, and you want to deliver sentient beings. It seems like you deliver a lot of sentient beings, but actually you're still immersed in great anger and delusion. We don't see Avalokitesvara Bodhisattva, Samantabhadra Bodhisattva, Maitreya Bodhisattva, Akasagapa Bodhisattva, all of the bodhisattvas that we practice in whole mass, that would deliver sentient beings with great anger and delusion. And this kind of wisdom is bondage to deliver sentient beings. If you deliver sentient beings without bondage, is what's spoken in the Vajra Sutra, that you have no attachment, no discrimination. And this kind of wisdom is the wisdom of liberation. So it talks about liberation and bondage. What kind of liberation is called bondage, and what kind of deliverance is liberation? What kind of deliverance is bondage? And the more you deliver, the more you're held in bondage. Actually, after talking so much, it's actually like Grandmaster. Grandmaster has helped so many beings, but not especially like or love a certain disciple. They're all the same, never forsake any being, and treat them equally, and everybody is liberated, and nobody is held in bondage.